two-day negotiation meeting initiated by the House of Representatives Committee on Health Services with a view to ending the ongoing nationwide strike by the National Association of Resident Doctors Nard on Tuesday ended in a deadlock. After almost 7 hours for the up-10th time, the federal government's delegation, led by the Minister of State for Health, Senator Olorunmimbe Mamora, vehemently vowed to follow the bureaucratic due process on the verification of names of resident doctors before the payment of the 5.42 billion naira outstanding salaries and allowances. He further said that the health authorities may impose sanction over recruitment of medical personnel without following due process despite the emergency situation, and insisted on the implementation of circular on the removal of house officers from scheme of service. At the hearing, 4 major issues were deliberated, including resident doctors training funds, salary shortfall from 2014 to 2016, and minimum wage arrears. Following the long deliberation, the chairman of the committee, Tanko Sununu, had moved that the doctors should meet with the Ministry of Health to produce a document on the agreement reached.
Is taking medical officers perpetually on locum for over 2 years. And then instead of them be given the right of first refusal when it comes to employment, as the DG Budget mentioned yesterday, others are given priority. So that nobody will want to be on continuous locum. You understand? I can be on continuous locum. And even I disagree with that continuous locum. So it should be a stopgap. And the only way we can help it, we can strengthen it to be a stopgap, is that the Office of the Head of Service, the federal character, and then the budget office must have a certain limit, especially knowing that we are being challenged.
Nard president had vowed not to suspend the nationwide strike until all the 17 points demands are met.
Locum for 2 years, signing every month. That is what we're talking about. Not locum for 1 week or 1 month and you replace. For 2 years, signing every month.
I understand you. That's what I wanted to talk.
Yeah. Make sure that you have make proper arrangement in every year budget to make sure that these doctors, they have enough fund for their salary and their allowances. Because now the situation why we're facing in this country, things are worsening. People are suffering for the interest of some where we are not supposed to let him to be happening in this house. The one issue that I want to understand, the chairman presently, he's your chairman. He is a doctor. He is a medical doctor. He is our staff. So in fact, the director budget, you are hearing. Minister, you are here. Please, we need your cooperation over this issue.
When we come to make settlements and we get drawbacks from people that give wrong information, I'll say 2. 1.
Mr. President.
Sir, I'm not saying any word to anybody.
President,
I'm being
please.
objective. And your legal people advised you, which is a wrong judgment. The judgment said, quote me please, that we did not give notice, and because of that, at the end conclusion of the matter, it was said it stepped down and fund, and we can step this down to move ahead with the next one.
My department is the implementing department for the budget. Of course, if the money is there in the budget and we are asked to pay, that is why we are there. And even if it's not there, we have the PSWA, where such wage adjustments are supposed to be sourced. So I think that is exactly what he's saying.
Regards the minimum number of period it takes for you to recruit, for the office of the head of service, if you supply all the things needed, and like I said, these things are listed with the admin officers, it does not take more than 4 weeks to process what we give out as recruitment waiver from our own office. In the recent past, we've been speaking with Budget Office of the Federation, Federal Character Commission, and we have even established what we call an e-platform, where when we give a recruitment waiver, it's pasted on the platform for all of us to be able to view it at the same time. And the essence is to reduce the time it takes for this to happen. We are hoping that in the future, the time for this recruitment process will be reduced to a minimum limit.
Recall that the resident doctors had, via a communique with reference number Nard/SG/2020 to 2021/310721, dated 31st July 2021, resolved to resume the 113-day strike sequel to the failure of government to implement memorandum of actions signed at the instance of the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige. The resident doctors had embarked on indefinite strike on the 2nd of August 2021 after repeated failure by the government to fulfill agreements reached with the union. Annie T. Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.